I'm crossing my fingers.
Hello.
Hi, everyone.
Hello, everyone. I don't know if anybody's there, but I'm joined by Erin and Mel today. I'm sure everybody here knows you guys, but if you don't, your channels are linked in the description, I'm pretty sure. If not, I will add it. But everyone here probably knows you guys.
Probably.
Yeah, but say hello to us in the comments, everyone. And what are you going to be doing this sprint, Erin?
Zoe's here. Hi, Zoe.
I'm going to be studying Filthy Animals, which is a short story collection by Brandon Taylor. And I just like Libby's eating and drinking in the background, and I wasn't sure if the mic was picking it up. It's like, oh, you have to eat right now. Okay.
I can't hear it.
Okay.
And what are you going to be doing, Mel?
I'm reading The 10,000 Doors of January by Alex E. Harrow. Yeah. I'm enjoying
Have you started
it so far.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've
Nice.
that third of the way into it. So yeah. In theory, this is the book I'm reading for the Because We Can Readathon. In theory, it was the only book I was reading for the Because We Can Readathon, but I'm counting the last 200 pages of the Diviners because I read the last 200 pages in the week of the readathon, and two of the prompts are read 100 pages, read 200 pages, and then one of the other prompts is finish a book. So I was like, well, I guess I did those things. And then this one is a author you've not read from before, and a favorite genre because it's fantasy. So
yeah, it seems like a very Mel book. I haven't read it. But...
yeah, it's pretty good actually.
I really liked that one. Yeah, I think I gave it like 4 stars. It was really enjoyable, and I really like a portal fantasy that like actually tries to address colonialism. I think is like so valuable to have. Like,
definitely.
I really enjoyed that aspect in particular because, you know, portal fantasy is notorious for kind of being colonialist fantasies. But like they're so fun. So like the fact that like she found a way to like balance that I really liked.
Yeah, I agree. And I really like her writing style as well. It's very like that lyrical, whimsical without being over the top. Yeah. Which, as I'm sure you all know, I really enjoy that.
Yeah. So I was like, I feel like you'll like that book. That's cool. I'd never heard it talked about like that, Erin. Interesting. I don't know if I'll ever read it, but
I think it's really, really good. I think it's worth a read. Yeah. I think about doing a reread at some point because like it stuck with me a bit.
You have to do a read along for us.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
Yeah.
Shade.
Alrighty.
Sorry, I'm calling to
Hello,
the cat.
Zoe.
Hi, Zoe.
What are you going to be reading or doing? Hello. Same to you. And Sash, hello. What are you guys going to be doing? Do you like being called Sash or Sasha? Let us know. I just said Sash, and I was like, I don't think I've ever said it like that before. Hi, Ash. Oh, and that's going to be confusing. Sash and Ash. Oh my gosh. I'll be reading
You can do
Blood
it.
Sugar.
You can do it. I've not heard of that one.
Yeah.
Tell us, what type of book is it?
Have you heard of it, Erin?
No, I feel like it's familiar, but the author name isn't. So I think that probably I haven't heard of it. And I've just heard of something with a similar title.
Yeah. Let us know what it's about. You might have talked about it in your TBR, Ash, but I have a terrible memory. Hi, Tracy. What are you going to be reading or doing during these? I'm going to be finishing Darla Green Doesn't Care. Yeah.
Ooh.
You're liking it?
Hey, damn it. Sorry, my cat's very naughty.
She's pet's being naughty. My cat was biting my foot before I hit it, but she was. So they're all just playing up. Although I feel like eating isn't a bad thing. Like,
no,
like that's okay. You're not gonna growl at your dog for eating.
Well, it's just she tends to like to do it strategically. Like she doesn't necessarily eat like, because she just sort of like eats periodically throughout the day. Like, we don't, like, she has times, there's 2 times a day when I put food in her bowl, but she tends to just like eat little bits periodically. But a lot of the time, she'll suddenly remember she's hungry if we're paying attention to something else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She
that.
can also do things like much quieter than she does. Like, if she wants to sneak around silently, she will. But if she wants you to know that she's walking, she walks really loudly.
Love that.
Passive aggressive dog.
Pets are the best. Middle of bedtime routine for me, but we'll be back later. Just want to say, hey, awesome. That's all
Thanks
good.
for saying hi.
Yeah. To
Ooh.
hi,
Who?
Lola.
Hi, Lola.
I'm reading Dark Dawn. Is that Jay Kristoff, one of the Nevernight books? I think.
Yeah, that's what I thought it was, but I don't actually know. I've not read them, so.
And the manga. Do you like that series? I feel like I've asked you before. I do like manga. I've been wanting to try that one. It's really good. Awesome. Alrighty.
That's Delilah Green.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes,
Yeah,
I've
I
been
do wanna
hearing
read
lots
that.
of good things about that one.
Makes me very happy. How long did people want for the first sprint?
I
know
don't
Lola
mind.
would say 2 hours.
Yeah. 40 minutes, maybe? Or
Polls. Sorry?
40 minutes or 45?
40?
Or
Yeah, I usually
something
do
like
40, 45, 30.
Baby.
I'll just set up the timer because I'm not organized.
Libby, what
Just
are you
blame
doing?
that I'm hungover.
She was climbing onto the coffee table to see if there was any food left on my plate because I just ate dinner.
Classic. Love pets.
Yeah, one of our cats was doing that this morning after breakfast. She was like, ooh, what's here? What's this? Like, no, you can't have it. It's human food.
You should know that.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a murder mystery about a girl who's accused of 4 murders but has only committed 3. She's only committed 3. That's fine.
Yeah.
Like,
It's fine. Right.
That's
It's only 3. What are they complaining about?
that premise sounds familiar, actually, but I don't remember. I don't remember where I heard about it, but like that does sound like I obviously I haven't read it, but like I feel like I've had some buzz.
Yeah. Green was good. I gave it 4 stars. Nice.
Yay.
I also gave it 4 stars.
Ooh, okay.
Mel and I just late to the game.
I'm always late to the game.
I mean, your book club is last to read.
Exactly. Exactly. All those questions are in tags and stuff where it's like, name some books that are coming out soon that you have to read. And I'm like, how would I even know that? I don't know.
I'm reading books all published 10 years ago, guys.
Yeah, exactly. Like, what are you talking about?
That's fair. Yep.
I've literally only ever pre-ordered one book in my life, and then I cancelled the pre-order and bought it. Because I was like, well, it came out yesterday, and I still haven't received my pre-order. Because it turns out that when you pre-order stuff, they only get, I don't know what it's like other places, but here in Tasmania, they only get sent on the day that they come out. So it's like, well, I actually didn't gain anything from that.
Yeah. I don't really pre-order either. I probably should, but I'm just lazy.
I thought that maybe it was the second Crescent City. I thought maybe places might sell out of it really quick. That's why I'd pre-ordered, but then there were heaps in Dimick, so I was like,
yeah,
fine, I'll just go to Dimick.
Have plenty.
Yeah. Paige and her ovaries. Sorry, there's a comment further down. Hi, Paige.
Gave it 5 stars.
5 stars.
My ovaries died in the most positive way. Nice.
Oh dear.
That made Liam look. He's like, ovaries? What?
Paige is always.
We can always rely on Paige to talk about eggplants and ovaries. Hello,
Hi.
Helen. The Hating Game. I didn't like that book.
Are you enjoying it?
I also didn't like it.
Yeah, I've heard.
I didn't have to. I probably am not allowed to say that though.
I've heard it's a very polarizing book. Like I've heard some people that absolutely loved it and some people that absolutely hated it. I've not heard anyone be like, yeah, it was fine. It's always hate or love.
It was actually the first book I ever really DNF'd. It was years ago. And I said to my sister, I'm not liking this. And she's like, why are you still reading it? And I'm like, oh, yeah, I don't actually have to finish it. So I didn't
Wait
finish
a minute.
Yeah.
There's no reason that I have to read this.
Yeah, and like it was when I was watching BookTube, so I knew it was a thing, but it just wasn't in my head that I could do that.
Because you kind of feel like, because you have to read books for school, you kind of have it in your head that you like have to read the book. Yeah. Took me ages to come to the conclusion that I was allowed to decide that I didn't want to read something just because I didn't want to read it. Not even because there's anything wrong with it or anything. Just, I'm allowed to be like, I'm not in the mood for this today. Yeah.
Yeah, fine.
I tend to be more willing to do like, I'm not in the mood for this right now, I'm going to put it on pause, than like full on DNF, because I hate feeling like, this book, even if like I don't like it, like especially if I don't like it, I'm kind of like, well, I can't let it win now. I've got to
defeat the book.
Yes, it's always good to have a rant as well, I guess.
So
but how are you liking it, Helen?
Yeah, let us know.
Hopefully, you're enjoying it. Sorry that we both like it.
And how tiny do you imagine the female lead to be? Because she talks about how tiny she is a lot.
Oh, really?
Very small, just so small. It's like a very specific pet peeve in books when like it like won't stop talking about how tiny the heroine is, and I'm like, is she Thumbelina? Like what?
I don't remember that.
Why must I know that she's tiny? Like, did she drink Alice's drink me potion? What happened here?
I'm very sensitive to it because I'm 6'2".
That's fair.
How are you going with that though, Paige?
Yeah, well, trudging makes me feel like she's not doing that well with it, to be honest.
The fact you're reading them all is great. I used to pre-order, but it's much easier to get on the day.
Exactly. Yeah. I'm assuming that in other parts of the world, a pre-order actually means that you potentially like it's packed and shipped and you get it on the day. But my one time I did it, I was like, that was kind of pointless because I'm still all these people are going and buying this book and I haven't got it yet.
I think it's good for authors, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Though it depends.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah.
Like for most outlets, like pre-orders are good. Like pre-orders do count to the first week sales, but on Amazon they don't. Just like the specific Amazon charts, they count at the point of sale, which is why like sometimes you'll see books are available for pre-order other places earlier than they are for Amazon.
Okay.
And that's just because they're trying to like it's a balancing act, because like Amazon is a really attractive place to pre-order from because they have the like pre-order price guarantee thing. So like you don't want to miss out on potential sales, but I know that like some authors like some like publishers will kind of like hold it back a little bit on Amazon just to make sure that like the pre-orders aren't just spread out over like many months.
Okay. Interesting. Well, I kind of like Sarah J. Maas probably doesn't need,
no, she's fine.
The whole like it's good for authors because of
she's relying on your mail. Come on,
yeah.
Didn't need it. Yeah,
it really hurt her when you cancelled that.
Yeah.
Even though you brought it somewhere else.
She got a personal like notification that said like your name and that you'd cancelled it.
I'm blacklisted now.
Gonna get cancelled. Damn right, yes. Paige, so they are now sultanas.
I assume that's about her ovaries.
Oh, okay. I haven't read The Hating Game, but I've heard people love it hating. Yeah. Definitely low. I don't much like Sally Thorne books as a whole.
I have never read any Sally Thorne.
Hating Game is the only one I read, and I didn't like it.
So you're like, nope.
No. And I feel like people have been kind of lukewarm on her like follow-up books, so it's kind of like,
yeah. Hello. Thank you for joining.
Hi.
We'll be reading The Marrow Thieves today.
Ooh,
Oh, we
I really want to read
heard
that.
of that one either.
I haven't heard of it either.
It's by Sherry Dimeline. It's like it's in that like very specific subgenre that I like, that is like post-apocalyptic, written by Indigenous authors.
Have
Yeah,
you
cool.
read the Tribe series by Amberlynn Cray Molina?
Haven't. I need to.
I've only read the first one, but that's very much your little niche you just mentioned. So
Yeah.
yeah.
And so is Tara Nellius.
Yes, indeed. Indeed. We'll get to it, I promise.
Yeah. I mean, it's been sitting on my shelf for years, so like, you know.
So it's fine. It's not my fault. That's fair, Helen. I have actually managed to read two host favorite. So I read The Diviners and I read Heartstopper again.
Yeah, I'm going to read Heartstopper.
Yeah.
Hopefully
I mean,
get to
that's a
it.
nice, easy one as well. Like, it takes you like an hour maybe, and then it's like, I read the host favorite. Yeah.
Yeah, not many of them appealed to me. Not necessarily in general, but just at the moment. I was like, don't want to read any of these.
That's fair enough.
I'm about to now have me here.
Trudging through.
Okay.
Are you doing
Yeah.
it for a video or something, Paige, or are you just you were
Just
just
torturing yourself for no reason.
Yeah.
She kept bragging about her inner goddess. Was very annoying. Which one was this?
Is that Hating Game?
50 Shades. 50 Shades, I would assume, because Anastasia still talks about her inner goddess a lot.
I've only read the first one, and it was a long time ago, and I have to be honest, I blocked a lot of it from my mind. Intentionally.
I'm baffled you read it. That's wild.
I'm baffled I read it too, to be honest.
You're worried about Katie Robert. I feel like
I'm baffled that I
you've
read
the
it,
worst of it
like
now.
that I read the whole thing. Like,
Yeah.
my sister was really, really into it, and she's not a huge reader. And I was kind of like, oh, maybe I should give it a try. And I read the first one, and I was just like, what? No, what? Yeah. Yeah. I don't actually even know why she was that into it, to be honest. I don't think she would be anymore.
I don't know
It was
why
like
anyone is.
10 years ago, so she was only 20. So
Wow.
yeah.
I started having it to keep me motivated. Has anyone read 50 Shades of the POV Odeon Christian side?
I don't
I haven't read
really
any of them.
understand that question. Sorry.
There's a book in his perspective, I think.
Oh wait,
Yeah.
did they did
It's-
she do a Stephanie Meyer and like
Yes.
let's write the
Yeah,
entire story
so.
all over again from a different perspective?
Yeah.
Because no one needed that in their whole like. I mean, I do get that, but like, who needed that? Like,
But also,
no.
as Dan Olson points out in his video on the 50 Shades series, which I love, like that those videos are like a comfort rewatch for me. I rewatch them all the time.
Amazing.
Of like the Folding Ideas channel. It's like specifically mainly about the movies, but he's also read the books and he talks about the books as well. And he talks about how like, oh, you'd think that like when she releases Grey is like when the first film is being released as well. And so he's like, you'd think that she'd like take this opportunity to maybe like take some of the criticism of Christian's characterization on board and maybe like bring it more in line with Jamie Dornan's like performance in the films. And then it's just like, oh no, just like deliberate rapiness. Cool. Yeah.
Terrible.
Yay! Just
Terrible.
what we always wanted. Yeah. Anyway, good luck, Paige.
Yeah.
That's all I can say.
The last time I pre-ordered something and I got it on the day of release was The Blood Trader by Lynette Nunny. But she's Australian.
Yeah, maybe that's why.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe we should only pre-order Australian.
Actually, my tabs. Yeah, 3 mentions. Like, there's a one whole color just for inner goddess shit. 2 bottom lip biting.
Oh dear.
I have a good idea of how many of those tabs are going to be in the book when you're done. 3 mentions
My
of my
sex and other cringe-worthy description.
Oh dear.
I love that one of these tabs is just concern.
And 6 concerning. I'm surprised there's only 6.
Just Just
Yeah,
says
right?
son.
I pre-ordered at QBD since we don't see too many hardcovers on the shelf. That's true. I didn't really notice that. I don't like
Yeah.
hardcovers, so I never thought about it. Actual red flags.
Wow.
It's concerning. That I've actually tabbed. I've made annotations, but not tab worthy. Wow. I've read volume 4 of Heartstopper, so I'm counting that towards mine. Yeah, that
Yeah,
counts in
definitely.
the series. Cool. What's the author of the Tribe series? I've never heard of that.
Amberlynn Quay Molina is the name of the author. And the first book is The Interrogation of a Charla Wolf.
Oh, that one.
Um,
I recognize the
yeah.
title. Yeah, I want to read those.
It's an Australia. She's an Australian Indigenous author, and it's like post-apocalyptic,
Cool.
kind of story.
All right. After this, it's
I just
rare.
keep watching this video that Paige
Torture
sent,
for no
and
reason.
there's so many tabs, and it's only 30. She's only 36 pages in.
Oh no!
God, are you gonna burn the books after, or like
just,
put on a mantle? Crazy. Heartstopper, and it ends with Us by Colin Hoover, the only 2 books for everything that were the only ones I could access. I was keen on. Yeah.
that's fair enough.
If you like the movie.
No. He does have a lot of appreciation for the first one before the director and screenwriter were replaced for trying to make it good.
How dare they?
Good
yeah,
doesn't
like
sell, guys.
apparently E.L. James had a lot of problems with the changes that they wanted to make to the source material, and in the end, the first movie, it has some really competent filmmaking things about it, but then for the second 2 movies they just replaced them with a television director that she's friends with, and her husband as the screenwriter.
Right, because they would stick most closely to her.
Because they get along with her, basically.
Yeah.
She had some screaming matches.
Nightmare.
Yeah, she's a complete nightmare person, it sounds like.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know her personally, obviously, but sounds like a nightmare person.
Yeah.
There is the author there. Thank you for spelling that out.
Thank you. Yes. Thank
search
you,
it.
Tracy.
Thank you, Tracy. And hello.
Bye.
What are you going to
Bye,
be
Lisa.
reading? Let us know. I'm going to pop up a timer. Otherwise, I won't do it because we're chatting, which is nice though. I always forget how to do it when I first start.
That's fair enough.
Okay, just read these last ones. There's another YouTuber I watch called Crimson Road.
That kitty. Sorry.
He did a review of The Mister by E.L. James, and the tabs on that book were insane. Yeah. I'm on a train for a day trip, but my friend is napping, so I'm going to continue on with Malibu Rising. I haven't got a second book with me. And now I have no book phobia. Let us know what you think of Malibu Rising. But I will start the timer. So happy reading, and we'll talk in 45.
Bye, everyone. Well, see you soon.
Yeah. Hello.
Hi.
How did you go?
Good. I read the first story in Filthy Animals, and it was all right.
Is that just one author or different
Yeah.
authors?
Brandon Taylor, he wrote the book Real Life, and then this is his second release, short story collection, and it's okay so far.
Good. How'd you go, Mel?
Good. Sorry, I couldn't. My headphones got all tangled, and I was like, "Oh God, quick!" Where? How much did I read? I read 26 pages.
Nice.
And yes, it's very good. And something was just revealed, or possibly hinted at, or implied, or yeah. Anyway, it was revealed, but I'm not sure how much. If it's an actual reveal, but something just happened that I'm like, ooh.
Nice. Cool.
Yeah.
Well, I started this book. Have either of you read it?
I've read that one, yeah.
It's like I have a book club with my friends, like in person, and this is the pick. I only got
Nice.
20 pages because I had to write like a character list. Because I was like, I'm not going to remember who all these like 8 characters are that I've just been introduced to.
Yeah.
There's a lot of them, but they do part of the point is that they do tend to like fall into archetypes, so they become easier to track as the story goes on.
I reckon.
Okay.
I wanted to keep, because it's like kind of a mystery, isn't it?
Yeah.
In a way. So I was like, I want to make sure I keep track from the start. But yeah, they all have like a subheading of what they are, which I think is really cool. Yeah. I don't know if I'll like it, but when you're in a book club, you have to read stuff sometimes that you might not like.
True. This is also my in real life book club pick. So.
We're getting it done because we need to.
Yep. Exactly. Exactly.
All right. How'd you guys in the comments go?
Yeah.
Hey, ladies. Hello. Crystal. Just listening to Assassin's Play while putting washing. I hope you and baby are doing well.
Yes.
I'm back and I'm reading Take a Hint, Danny Brown. Yes.
Nice.
Are you liking it? I started the first book like 2 months ago and I had to put it down. I haven't picked it back up.
Oh no.
I know, I really liked it, so hopefully I'll get time next month. Although it's to get to chapter 5 and then read 2 chapters a day, mixed in with the Dragon's Bride. I feel like ever after. That might make it less torturous.
Yeah.
Although it does mean you'll be reading it for a longer time, but at least it's only small bits.
Yeah, exactly.
Have you started the Dragon's Bride? I feel like you were reading it in the sprint you guys did recently. Joyous times.
Joyous times. Oh God. 22 tabs. Oh man.
What was the most common category? Like red flags?
This book is going to be nothing but tabs soon.
33, nice. Hey there, hello.
Hi.
Thank you for joining. What are you going to be reading, or are you doing craft? Let us know. Read 30 pages and had some salted caramel chocolate cake.
Yum.
Nice.
Yeah, Rowan handed me a bowl of ice cream and topping and stuff. That's why I stopped my camera for a bit. I was like, I don't want to eat ice cream in front of this. I don't know what I look like when I eat.
I'm still feeling a bit queasy, so no sweets for me. Regret.
Poor thing.
I loved If We Were Villains. Cool. Have you guys also read, what's the one it's similar to?
The
Secret History.
Yeah. Have you guys read both?
I've read The Secret History, but not the other one.
Okay.
I've read If We Were Villains, but not The Secret History.
Because I'm more interested in The Secret History, but they're literally like apparently the same book. So I don't know why one appeals to me and the other doesn't. I've just heard they're really similar.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've heard they're similar too, but having only read one, I can't really comment on it.
I keep like going to comment as if I've read The Secret History, but I haven't. So like,
But literally, when I looked, because I'm reading along to the audiobook, when I looked it up on Audible, The Secret History came up as well. It's like, that's so dodgy. Like, the names aren't similar, but it just knows.
Yeah, they're very much known to be very similar.
Yeah. So I would be interested in reading that after this sometime soonish, so I can compare them possibly. But I don't like
That'd
to
be
compare
interesting.
books. I'm nasty like that, I guess.
Just want to read the book.
Yeah. I'm enjoying Danny better than Chloe. Only 29 pages. Everyone seems to have a favorite. Have you read all of them, Erin?
I have read all of them. And I think that actually the most popular opinion is people loving Danny best. But I actually Danny's was my least favorite of the three. Like I liked them all. Like I gave Danny like 3.5 stars. But I loved Chloe, and I also loved Eve as well. Those books just like hit for me. Danny, I feel like Danny Brown has more references to like little sort of like in jokes about like the romance genre, and that was like less resonant for me as like a fairly sporadic romance reader rather than like a habitual romance reader. Also, it has fake dating, and I'm not that big into fake dating.
I'm actually not either. So, but yeah, it'll be interesting to see which one I like. Do you plan on reading them, Mel?
I've read Chloe, but I haven't read the others. Yeah, I quite enjoyed it. I think I said in my wrap up that I did enjoy it. I thought it was well written, but I thought it was a bit long, which I know it's really short, but I thought it was a bit long, like given that probably about a third of it was smut. It was a bit kind of like I want a bit more story, or I just want slightly less smut. Like, not that I have a problem with smut. I just kind of was like, but like, there's only so much you can read before you're like, yes, but where's the story?
Okay, but that tent scene though.
Well, yeah, I mean, true, but I mean,
God,
it was good. Like, I enjoyed it. Like, don't get me wrong, I did enjoy it. But yeah, I have not read. I have heard lots of people like Danny the best, and I have a suspicion that I will like Danny as a character the best. But I'm not a huge fan of fake dating either. So mostly because I don't really get the point of it. I'm like, I don't understand why these people are making this. Like, certainly not in the society in which we currently live. Like, I could understand if it was like, well, we're both queer, but you know, we can't be together, so let's just get married, and you know.
Well, yeah, like I weirdly,
like
I do quite like Marriage of Convenience, but
I'm literally the same.
Yeah,
I was gonna say that. Makes no sense.
But Marriage of Convenience sort of has like, you get the reason behind why you would make that choice. Of like, particularly if you live in a society where like it's an expectation or whatever that you have that you're married, and this marriage is convenient to make life easier, but then you can just live your life and pretend you're not married, kind of like you have an arrangement or whatever it is, whatever it might be. Whereas fake dating is kind of like, but why?
Yeah, I find it.
Who is benefiting from this?
I think it's just like really hard to suspend my disbelief that like adults would do the fake dating. Like, I know you're meant to get caught up in the whimsy, but I just like, my brain is just like, would you do that though? This seems like a lot of like trouble, and you are adults.
Yeah. I mean, I haven't actually read really not many at all books with fake dating, and I've seen a few movies, like rom-coms with fake dating. But yeah, I'm always just a bit like, but like, yes, your whole family wanted you to be in a relationship, but like, you're a white straight woman, like, can't you just live your life and have very little fucks about it?
Yeah, and sometimes the justifications don't make sense, like in like Fix Her Up. like she wants like her family to see her as more mature, and she thinks that like being in a relationship will do that. I'm
Yeah,
just like,
so I fake dated. Like,
yeah.
that's mature.
That said, I did really like Written in the Stars by Alexandria Belfleur, and that is fake dating. But like I enjoyed it overall a lot more.
Yeah.
But like that's sort of like the main one I can think of where like the fake dating didn't like just like get my brain caught up in the like, okay, but why are you doing this?
Yeah. Yeah. Very strange. She's currently feeding as I edit. We are well. That is good.
Aw.
Happy to hear. Concern and red flags.
Oh dear. 22 lots of concern and red. No, she said that was the most. There are assumedly other as well, but oh dear.
Where is mine? Yeah. I'd probably puke if I ate one right now. I'm a bit hungover still. But I would put it in the
Poor
fridge to have
Meredith.
tomorrow. No, secret scares me. Oh yeah, the book. Yeah, it was like
I enjoyed it. I thought it was good.
long. It's not as long as her other book. I have
No.
another book as well. It's huge. I feel like I really like it, but it's like
It's really
Rick.
good, but it is long. I buddy read it with my friend Michelle, and we were both so glad we were buddy reading it because we were like, I don't know if we'd get through it otherwise, just because of how long it is. But it's really
Yeah.
good.
Yeah. I'm trying to
Demon
finish
Theory.
Demon Theory. My Steam Graven Jones.
Plastic
Okay.
Visions.
I need to read that one.
No,
I've not
heard
read
of
any
that
of
one. Is it
his
an older
books.
one?
It's one of his older ones, yeah. It's on my wish list because I want to collect all his books because like I've never read a straight Stephen Graham Jones that I didn't enjoy. So I'm just like,
Oh, that's awesome.
okay, these are ones that I can let myself buy without reading first.
With the Dark Academia, but they aren't the same.
Fair
That's
enough.
sad that they're compared if they're not super similar.
I think it's the Dark Academia vibe.
Yeah.
A lot of Dark Academia like basically if people say Dark Academia, their first thing is The Secret History. Like whether it's, you know.
Yeah, because I
Although
thought
I
they had
have-
like the same plot. So I don't know why I thought that.
I have heard that those two are the most similar out of all the like things that get comped to Secret History.
Yeah.
I don't know if
I
I've
think
ever
that's
read
more
like
that-
Dark Academia.
I think it's more that like they both have that like classic Dark Academia, well, like classic Dark Academia, but like the like archetypal Dark Academia with like a close knit group of friends who are students and one person dies.
Yeah.
Under mysterious circumstances.
And like it's maybe something to do with what they're actually studying or like something to do with,
and like
rather
there's
than
an element of competition and overachieving and stuff like that.
I think Dark Academia is what like Gothic, the old classic Gothic has kind of veered into a bit. I mean, obviously there's still Gothic stories, but like
I feel like it was very popular like last year or the year before. Dark Academia.
Yeah, last couple of years I think there's been quite a lot of Dark Academia coming out.
None of them really like stand out to me.
Yeah. I'm not even sure how much it is that like that it's genuinely really popular, or we've all been convinced that it's popular because publishers have been using it as a buzzword in their marketing copy.
Well, that's true.
And like things will be popular on BookTube, but they're not popular outside of BookTube.
That's true as well. Yeah,
it might be one of those cases.
Like, oh, everyone on BookTube and BookTok are talking about it, and all these people were like, "What the hell is BookTok? I just came here to get one book for because I'm bored." Like, what?
I'll do a road trip and bring you some. You'll have to put your car on a boat for me and Mel. We are surrounded by water. I read Donatello with Mira. Cool.
Yay!
Don't know when I'll get to it. We could do it next month. Because I literally have to read this for my book club unless I DNF it, but I don't really want to DNF books for the book club because I kind of run it.
Yeah.
come up with the questions.
fair.
I only DNF one that was a thriller and was scaring me, and I couldn't sleep. So everyone
That's
said it
fair
was
enough.
okay.
Yes, yes.
Because I couldn't
Yes.
sleep.
Your
'Cause I'm a
mental
baby.
health is probably more important than the book club, I think.
I'm such a chicken. But yeah, we'll talk about it. We'll plan it. I'm horror lost mode. That's fine. Sometimes I
That's
do.
fine.
I do prefer like more romance and plot, but if it's a novella, I'm down. Fake dating is one of my favorite tropes. We were just shitting on it. Sorry.
Well,
Each to their own. Each to their own.
Yeah, exactly.
I feel like it's like slightly bizarre that we've managed to collect 3 people on camera at once that don't love fake dating.
Yeah,
Because I feel like it's
so
one of the
popular.
most beloved tropes. So I feel okay saying we don't like it because like I feel like we're in the minority and I think
Yeah,
that we're the weird
definitely.
ones for not loving fake dating.
That's very true. I feel
Yeah.
like for some reason, and I'm sure there are fantasy, I'm sure there in every genre there are, you know, tropes that like there are things that people write badly and things people write well. But I feel like I don't know if it's that I'm just not very good at picking up the romances that I like, but romance seems to be a genre where like the tropes for me are like if they're done well, then they're good. But otherwise, like it seems to be a genre where you can find a lot of like fake enemies to lovers or whatever, and it's like, but this was done so badly. I don't know. It's just I don't know if I'm even making sense, but like it seems
No,
to
I get
be
it.
less well in that those tropes seem to be done less well than other tropes
Yeah.
in other genres. Yeah.
I find in romance it's good to find authors that you click with the way they write romance.
Mm-hmm.
So I will
Yeah.
read a lot of the same authors and then I'll read a bunch and I'm just a bit lukewarm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I
that
feel like
makes
it's just
sense.
a personal thing of how the romance develops because I don't really like super fast paced. So like that's my personal thing. So everyone finds like what works for them. So you just got to explore a bit, Mel. You'll find an author that you work with.
I'm still feeling it out as well, and I feel like I realize what I need to do is just like not pick up romance too frequently, just like pick it up regularly but not too frequently, because like I don't think it'll ever be a genre that like is a favorite for me. So like I try to be really like I'm trying to be more selective because like I fell into the trap like early on of like I feel like a lot of romance readers are really good at hyping up their favorites. Like there's some of the people on BookTube who can like talk most like enthusiastically and eloquently about like how like their absolute adoration for a book for like their favorite books. And I sort of hit a point where I was like, oh, you're just getting caught up in how they feel about it and maybe be more selective, Erin. I'm not saying like I'm saying like I think it's really good that people can talk so enthusiastically, but like it took me like a few like disappointing reading experiences to go, oh,
yeah,
you're just getting swept up.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I do that with hype as well. I feel like
yeah,
the more hyped up something is, the less likely I am to like it. But yeah, is Beth O'Leary romance? Would you say, or more chick lit?
I don't know. A lot of people in the romance community say it's. Well, I hate the term chick lit, but you know what I mean. Not romance.
yeah.
It has romance
Women's
in
fiction.
it.
Yeah.
Yes.
But the main focus isn't the romance. But honestly, who gives a shit? Like, if you think it's romance, then it's romance to you. Like,
because I really enjoyed the 2 of her books that I've read, The Road Trip and The Flatshare. I've really enjoyed.
I think the
and
Flatshare is more romance.
Yeah,
from what
definitely.
I hear. Yeah.
I love Marian Keyes, and she writes chick lit. And some of her stuff is quite hard hitting and not particularly romance, and some of her stuff is quite more like romantic, just romance, rom-com type stuff. But I really enjoy her. So I don't know if maybe it's just the smut. I'm just anti-smut, but that's not even true. Like I quite I don't mind
Yeah.
slut. Slut. I don't mind sluts either. I don't mind smut. But I think it's when it feels like it's at the expense of an actual story that I get a bit like,
Yeah.
There are romance
Well, it's
books
just
that don't have any like it's fade to black. I have to try and think of some that I've read. I know like Nicholas Sparks books don't have it, but I wouldn't recommend them.
Yeah, I've never read anything.
I read them when I was like
Yeah.
14.
I'm okay with not reading any, to be honest. That's
They
not an
sound-
author that I'm super keen
I
on
wouldn't
reading.
really recommend.
They just kind of sound like bland hetero nonsense. So
Yeah.
it's-
Who needs that?
And they're all the same, but I ate it up
Mm.
when I was like 14. So
Yeah, I mean,
that's what you do as a 14-year-old.
Exactly.
I could have been reading worse for sure.
Yeah. I mean, that's definitely
Exactly.
true.
Exactly.
Yes.
I loved Written in the Stars. I really want to read that. Is that a Christmassy book, or am I just like making shit up?
Yeah, I think it is at like the set around like
I might
the end
read
of
it
the
in
year.
December.
Yeah.
I might read it then. I do have the audiobook. I think it was like an Audible sale once, and I got it.
It's like mildly
Mm.
Pride and Prejudice inspired, which
I've
was
never
like a
read or
selling
watched
point for
that.
me.
Yeah, see, like I don't overly love enemies to lovers, but
No, I
Darcy and
do.
Lizzie,
Well, I feel like they're not truly enemies. It's the like I feel like there isn't like a pithy way to say it other than enemies to lovers, but it's like disdain to lovers.
yeah,
Bad first impression to lovers.
to lovers, yep. Pride and
there's
Prejudice to lovers.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's so many books like that. And I'm like, no, I want them to fully hate each other because I'm
Yeah.
toxic. Like, if it doesn't feel toxic, I don't want it. Like, I've got a
Well, I
problem.
don't think Written in the Stars is particularly toxic. They're just kind of like, I don't know that I see the point of the things that you're into, and then they grow to respect each other. But one thing I really liked about it is like, so there's like a big astrology element, and like Darcy isn't interested in it, and Elle is really interested in it, and like that's part of her job. And like by the end, like there's a growing appreciation, but there's like not an expectation that like Darcy has to become a full convert and like become obsessed with the same things, that like they can still be two different grumpy sunshiny people, but like respect each other. And I really liked the like growing respect aspect.
Nice.
I feel like that's not a spoiler because they obviously end up together because it's
romance. We all know.
Yeah.
I feel like you'd like. Do you like historical romance, Erin?
Sometimes.
Have you read Olivia Waite, The Lady's Guide to Celestial Mechanics?
Yes, I have. I quite liked that one.
Yeah,
I need to read the
Just
other
what you were
two.
saying, it reminded me of it.
Yeah.
Same. Yeah, I loved that. It was
Yeah.
it was so wholesome.
Yeah. I do like, I love like, there's something about like historical sapphic pining that like really
I know
gets
there's not
me.
enough out there. Like there's not many, unfortunately. I feel like there's lots of like
Yeah.
but not many like sapphic. But anyway.
Because like they're like there like has to be like such a huge pining aspect because of social expectations and
like the way women
women's-
behave then, and then
Yeah,
like them
like-
like each other, but they're like so like I don't know. It's just, I love it.
like their position in society and ability to have agency,
Yeah.
and it just
Yeah.
it gets me.
It moves me too. Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. I'm not a Dark Academia fan, so I'll probably avoid both. That is fair.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm only reading this because of the book club. I probably wouldn't have otherwise picked it up. I think only Dark Academia I have read is Bunny. That's released. I have read that. Yeah, see, I don't really think of that as Dark Academia. I just think of that as weird as shit.
Yeah.
I think because it's the university setting that
Yeah.
like you were saying before, Aaron,
It's
that
Dark
Academia is one of those like, oh, people will buy it if it's Dark Academia, and it's like, yeah, but it's not Like, you
Yeah.
can go to university and
Weird.
have a romance. It's not a dark academia just because you go to university and weird shit happens.
Yeah, it's a dark book and it has a campus setting, therefore
It's
dark academia.
because people have said Ninth House is dark academia, and I can sort
Yeah.
of see why they would say that, but I wouldn't say that was like it's much more paranormal.
Yeah, and also
Yeah.
like the protagonist doesn't have like a very like sort of academic attitude towards her work.
No.
And
See,
I feel
the
like
secret history is like because because of what they're studying, they branch out and do some stuff that is to do with what they're studying that causes all the madness and the mayhem and whatnot.
yeah.
So that's why I think that's what I think of as dark academia. It's like they're all intertwined. Whereas Ninth House is kind of she just happens to be at Yale.
Yeah. And she's an outsider.
Yeah.
Like whereas I think of dark academia as being like the like insular nature of stuff. So I guess like Bunny does kind of like fit with it more than Ninth House, I would say, just because like that like the insular setting and like students getting like really entangled and like obsessive and just like because of the sort of like environment that the academic setting is breeding of like being like really obsessive and overachieving and getting like too wrapped up in what you're studying.
I read too much dark academia. I don't want to read more. Yeah. Almost like that academia, but I just don't. That's fine, Tracy.
That's fair enough. Yeah.
Just like how we don't like fake dating. And you're now going to unsubscribe to all of us. Fake dating is fine, but I don't stick it out. Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
I'm trying to read more dark academia books. Awesome. I'm here. What are you guys reading today? Hello. I'm reading this.
Which is why the dark academia conversation. I'm reading the 10,000 Doors of January.
I'm reading Filthy Animals by Brandon Taylor, who incidentally his like I think it was his debut novel, Real Life, is a book that is very dark and about academia and the darkness in academia, but I feel like it doesn't generally get considered as dark academia because like one, it's STEM rather than like I feel like the classics and history and stuff like that like is more like what people romanticize with dark academia. And also it's like about the very like mundane, miserable aspects of like being in academia like as a career rather than like the like fun romantic side that people like from dark academia.
Yeah.
Well, there's a suggestion for all you people wanting to read more.
Yeah.
Bethy Leary is more chick lit. I really like her a lot. Ooh. Definitely need to read her books. Bethy's only chick lit I read.
Fair enough.
That's fair. So I'm trying to get as many new releases out from the library because a few of them have been books that I enjoy, but not enough to buy for my collection. Yeah, I feel like that's a smart way to go about it. But I have a book buying problem. So. I also buy a lot of books secondhand. So like when you see it, you feel like you should buy it because you might not get that opportunity again for that price.
Yes, definitely.
And I feel like that's not how I should look at it, but it's how I do it. So.
I get it.
Yeah, you're like, oh, it's only $5. I may never see it that cheap again. Don't really.
But do you really want it?
Of course. That's why I keep going into the secondhand bookshops. I'm happy with those kinds of movies more. Yeah.
That makes sense.
He found his phone and stuck to it. Who was this?
Yes. Who are we talking about?
What's his name? Boring hetero romance writer.
I can't remember who we were
Oh, the one I was
Oh, Nicholas
dragging.
Sparks.
Yeah, the one
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
was dragging.
Yeah.
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 Well, it
That guy.
sells, so he knows what he's doing, I
Yeah.
guess, and he's got
Yeah.
probably a lot of money because of the movies as well.
I would imagine so, yeah.
And I fell for it when I was 14. The sad thing is, I'd probably still like them if I read them now.
You're allowed. You're allowed to like stuff.
My one toxic
Yeah.
trait. Okay.
There
I
are
think
much
Crystal
worse
likes his
toxic
books
traits to
too.
have.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, Crystal, you like him too, don't you? We should do a readathon. Joking. No one would join. Chick lit are books I get from the library. Yeah.
That
Hashtag team
makes sense.
toxic. Hi, Lotta. Are you joining to read, or you just wanted to pipe in? Demon Theory has been hard work. I'm doing a wrap up of my thoughts on the 29th of this month. This one is confusing. I'm 70% through, and I'm up to 395th footnote.
Wow.
Mm.
Wow.
That's a lot of footnotes.
Be satisfying when you finish, though. Hopefully that's how Paige will feel when she finishes hers. Not like her soul has died.
I mean, let's not compare Stephen Graham Jones to E.L. James too much there. Just to be
Erin's just
clear.
gonna leave now.
Now Erin's unsubscribing.
Yeah.
We're making so many enemies.
That just reminds me of The Strange Case of the Alchemist's Daughter. Really enjoyed that series.
I haven't read that yet, but it is
Yeah.
in my TBR.
Same, I own it.
I know that's one that Leanne from Literary Diversions really loves.
Yeah.
And
Very popular.
I trust her recommendations for a lot of things.
He is the main reason why I was like, oh my god, I must put it on my wish list.
I would read Bunny, I think. Yeah. I feel like everyone should read Bunny.
I
really
want
liked
to,
Bunny.
but I also feel like I'm
I
going to be
did too.
so confused and just be like, what?
I was
Am
too, but I
what?
loved it. I recently read a book where there was just a talking cat and it wasn't really explained why, and I just loved that. He
You
was
were
just in the
"Yes,
house
I will have a
being
talking
horrible.
cat, thank you.
Yeah. It was like a walking, talking cat, like a human body with a cat head. And I loved
wow,
it. And I'm
that's
like, it makes
weird.
no sense.
Yeah.
That's kind of how Bunny felt. I thought it was just brilliant because of that, but I also see why people hate it.
I feel like if you go in open to it being weird, then
Yeah.
But then again, I read mostly weird shit. So.
I approve. I love weird books.
Mhm.
See, I would classify Ninth House as academia because it was the reason I didn't like it. I haven't
That's
even
fair
read
too.
it.
Mm-hmm.
I really liked Ninth House, but yeah.
I liked
It
it too.
sounds a bit
I gave
too
it
dark
4
for me.
stars.
I don't know if I could handle it. I've seen the trigger warnings and I'm like,
Yeah, it's a lot.
I didn't feel like it was that
Yeah.
dark. But again, I'm not a good representative. sample.
I don't think
I feel like
it
we're
was
on different ends of the scale.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't necessarily I think I don't know. I think there are a lot of trigger warnings that I can see that if you were a person that would be triggered by stuff, then that is a book that there's a lot of reference to some not very nice stuff in there. But the way that it's written isn't super dark, I wouldn't say. If that makes sense.
Yeah. Dark Academia, I think, are Pretty Little Liars.
I assume you mean Liars?
Yeah. We know what you mean, Lola. Yep, you're off my watch list now. Sorry.
Sorry,
Really too funny in Ninth
Tracy.
House. Yeah. You got it that time. Nick Sparks, yeah. I'm sure you'll comment the rest of it's down below somewhere. I like Nick Sparks. I just want to buddy read them together. We can just I've read so many. I probably can't even remember because they're all the same book. I'll start and be like, I don't even know if I read this.
He wrote The Notebook, didn't he?
Yeah, I actually didn't really like that one. I've never watched the movie.
I've never watched the movie.
I'm pretty sure I've watched the movie, but quite a long time ago, and in that way where I'm like, How much attention did I pay? Who would know?
I had this thing when I was a teenager that I was like, I'm going to watch that movie with my first ever boyfriend. So I didn't watch it and I didn't date till I was like 21. And then I started dating a guy. So I was like, oh, can we watch this? And he was like, I'm not watching that. So I was like, wow, I put this off for so many years for no reason. And I still haven't watched it because I'm just like traumatized by that experience.
Aww.
It was like,
Wouldn't-
oh, it's like when you date someone, you can't control them and make them do things.
What?
Mm.
13-year-old
knew?
me didn't understand that.
People on Sims?
Yeah. See, I played Sims so much. That's probably why. Samuel, I've been meaning to pick it up after you said it to me. Can't remember which book that is. Oh, Ninth House? Or Bunny?
I think the Strange Case of the Alchemist.
Yeah.
I think.
Yep. Pressed my library to buy it, but they never read it. That sounds like something I do.
You must get this book.
Yeah.
Whoops. Never gonna borrow it.
I'm at my parents, but forgot my books, and I'm reading my mobile phone. Very successful. #not. That's fair. Has anyone done audio Bunny? Is it okay? Or do you really need to read the physical book experience? I read along to the audio, and I liked the audiobook.
I did
read
it
along.
purely physical because I wasn't doing a lot of the like reading and listening along at the time. I'm trying to remember like
From memory,
textually.
the writing isn't super like intense. It's pretty basically written. It's more the content that's like really good.
Yeah,
So I
I'm
don't
just
know.
trying to think if there was any like interesting formatting that you'd miss out
Yeah.
on. And I can't think of it. Like that's like one thing I was telling Adrienne about this the other day. It's just a tangent. The memoir of Carmen Maria Machado, one of my favorite authors, in the Dream House. I actually the first time I read it just purely physical. The second time I read it, I did like a listening along. I really feel like you need the physical book, and like that's really unusual for me because like generally like my preference is if a memoir is read by the author, I want to listen to the audiobook. But like there's so much like interesting textual stuff that's going on that like I feel like you need it. I mean, like there's a choose your own adventure bit. Like
Cool.
it's hard to translate into an audiobook.
I do really want to read that book.
It was my favorite book of 2020, I think.
I want to read it too. I've heard lots of good things about it.
Yeah. I got bored watching that. That just makes so much sense to me. Like I can picture that. It'll be like really emotional scene and you'll be like, get over it, guys.
Just shut
Move
up.
on. If you're
But
a bird, I'm a bird. What kind of shit is that? Strange case. Yeah. Alrighty, will people up for another sprint?
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, another 45 sound good.
Sorry.
I was getting
Sorry.
tired. I'm feeling
Big
tired
yawn.
too. Maybe this will be the last one. I don't know. I
See how
usually
we
go
go.
pretty late, but I'm obviously a bit hungover.
Yeah.
Probably should have an early night, but will I? Probably not. All right. We'll chat in 45.
Have a good reading. I didn't hear the kitty meow before. That's so cute.
It is, right?
So cute.
How did you go, Mel?
That is not a thing that I thought to figure out before I stopped reading. I read 40 pages.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm pretty happy with that.
What about you, Erin?
Well, I patted Libby for a while because she kept coiling around my legs like a
We were
cat.
all watching.
Yeah. And then I realized that I hadn't updated Goodreads or Storygraph for several days, so I did that, and then I read
Excuse me.
another like story and a half in my book, so I'm at like page 65.
Nice.
Nice. Do you prefer Goodreads or Storygraph?
I still use them both because neither is perfect. I would prefer Storygraph, but it still needs some like work and updating to like have all of the stuff that I use from Goodreads. Also, like it would be hard to switch over completely unless like there was more of a mass migration to Storygraph, because I like the social aspect of book tracking.
Yeah. I only use Storygraph for the like readathons that are on there sometimes.
I really do like those, and like I always sign up for some of the like year-long ones as well that like the Storygraph designs, and
yeah, they're really cool. I read about 30 pages.
Nice.
And I'm starting to like know who the characters are, which is good. You're right, it's quite easy actually.
Yeah.
I panicked at first, but I'm like, well, that was a bit stupid of you.
Yeah, because they throw a bunch of people at you, but like, yeah.
They're very like distinct, yeah.
Mhm.
Alrighty, we'll go through the comments. Crystal left, so good night.
Good night.
I'm probably not here anymore though.
Probably not.
I might join after making pie dough.
Ooh.
That sounds exciting. What pie are you making? Yes, we were all staring at the doggo. I was just like, cute.
Doggo.
Just so
My
silky at
friend-
the moment.
My friend loves Shibas, so I messaged her. I'm like, "Are you at home?" She didn't reply because I was gonna be like, "Go onto my Sprint and look at the dog." Just watching Pointless with Ash. What's
Nice.
Pointless? Do you guys know what that is?
No.
I don't know much about it. I know it's some kind of game show, I think.
Oh, okay.
Let us know, Paige. And say hi to Ash.
Yeah, hi Ash.
Hello. Read 60 pages before baby woke up. That's still good.
That's pretty good.
Such a fast reader. She's crazy. 43. Nice.
Nice.
42.
You can do
5
it.
left. Cool. Well, I was
You
thinking,
can do it.
obviously, you guys can hop off whenever, but maybe I'll do like another 30-minute and then that'll be it for me.
Good. Yep.
But yeah. So would that be long enough for you, Zoe?
You can do it, Zoe. You can do it.
It always scares somebody. I'm prepared for it because I'm like obviously hosting these, so I need to make sure I don't just like not pay attention and then you're all just waiting. But if I didn't, I feel like it'd scare me as well. Have 220 pages to go to finish. I feel like 30 minutes won't be enough for you to finish a book.
Probably not. Yay!
Hey, that's awesome. Did you like it? Would you rate it? This was the one that was really difficult and you were doing lots of tabbing.
I rated it 4 stars because I was looking at Goodreads and I was like, I finished
it. Nice. I'm doing both too. I can't seem to let go of Goodreads yet. Yeah. I've been on there for years, so I know how you feel. although some of the stuff I wrote was embarrassing. I just remember that like one of the first things I wrote was when I was reading that like selection book when I was like 2018 or something, and I was like, this is good writing, and I'm like that's probably still on there somewhere if someone looked. And I'm just like, why did I think that? What the hell? Because you don't know anything about writing.
A lot of the time, I seem to embarrassingly treat my reviews on Goodreads like a diary entry. Because a lot of the time, I'll like finish like when I don't write very much in my reviews anymore because I keep like putting it off. But for a while, I was trying to write more, and a lot of the time, I would finish a book at night just before I'm going to sleep, and so like I would just like write some insane ramble as if no one was watching.
That would be fun to look back on, though.
Yeah.
Mine
Yeah.
obviously isn't because I thought things like the selection were well written. I joined late.
Yay,
That's all
20
good.
pages.
Awesome. Thanks for joining. What are you reading? Yes. I'll just stick with Goodreads. I can't be bothered to change. Yeah.
I'm the same,
Yeah.
Ash. I'm just like, you know what?
Mm.
It's fine. I don't use Goodreads for much anyway, really.
There is a feature which is what I used, it automatically puts all your data from Goodreads onto Storygraph.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if there are some things that won't be compatible. So it did that for me, but I was just like, I can't be bothered learning how to use this. So I'm not going to keep tracking. I'll just keep using Goodreads, but I use it for like the readathon.
Yeah.
I'm so lazy.
I like I was an early adopter for like paying for Storygraph, so then I got like a discount on like a yearly membership. So like I am a paid member of the Storygraph, but I still use Goodreads more because it's more accurate for like the info that I'm looking for.
Mm-hmm.
But like I want the Storygraph to be better, so that's why I'm like, okay, I'm gonna spend money on it because like I really want it to get there and overtake Goodreads.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
But it's
that
not
would be
there yet.
good. Maybe with time.
Yeah. I'm just like, I'm rooting for
So
you.
you all enjoy a cat licking
Meme.
its tail.
Oh yeah. Oh hello.
This is Shade.
Cute animals.
Aw.
Oh. It was really good. I will read it again for sure. Nice.
Nice.
As I'm not a fan of Storygraph, they have a lot of inaccurate info. Have you
Yeah,
found that,
it's just-
Erin? Yeah.
Yeah, they're like because they're like starting from like like Goodreads has been around for ages and has had Goodreads librarians doing unpaid labor for so long that like it's hard to like catch up on everything. But that's another reason that like I kind of like Goodreads because when something's inaccurate, I can just fix it because I am a Goodreads librarian.
Ah. Right.
And then I get angry at myself because it's like I just like go into a spiral and then I spend several hours doing unpaid work for Amazon and I don't want to do that. But I do it because I hate when stuff's wrong.
Yeah, that's fair.
That is how they get you.
Reading The Girl in the Eye. Is that the one by Mark Lawrence? I think there's a
I've heard of it.
spin-off to the Red Sister series.
Oh, okay.
I've only read the first 3. But it could be something completely different. Well, were you guys up for just a 30-minute one?
I'm actually gonna run away
That's
because
good.
my brain just is shutting down, which is ridiculous because it's only like 9:10, but yeah.
That's fair.
But yeah, thank you so much for having me.
No, that's okay.
Sorry.
Thank you for joining. I hope you had fun.
I did. It was lots of fun.
Good.
Yeah, I'll see you next time.
Okay. Bye now. Also, remember her channel is linked in the description.
Yes.
I'm sure
Make sure you
everyone
subscribe
here
to Mel.
knows Mel, but in case you don't.
You should.
Yay! I feel like everyone that knows me would know Mel. Huh? You do know Mel. I was watching one of Mel's videos once and he's like, you're always watching Mel's videos. got to support the other Tassie booktuber.
Support.
Rare. I haven't heard of this author. I was wrong. What's it about? I was gonna say that I'm like, yeah. Everyone's saying goodbye to Mel. Now she completely switch gears and make some progress on Gone with the Wind.
That is quite a change.
Hopefully you enjoy that one too. I'll set up half an hour. Change the time. Alrighty, we'll chat again in 30. Hello, everyone. How did you do, Erin?
I got to page 100, read a couple more stories. I didn't realize when I started that these are actually interconnected short stories. So like suddenly like characters were showing up again, and I was like, oh, okay, I see what you're doing.
Cool. Yeah. What genre are they?
Literary, like contemporary literary fiction.
Nice.
And like Brandon Taylor is like a gay black man, so a lot of that perspective as well.
Yeah, cool. I'll have to look into it. I've realized I really like short story collection. It wasn't something I'd read until this year.
They're one of my favorite things to read. I love short stories. I love the craft of it, because like, I don't know, it takes a lot of skill to write a compelling short story and like be like really economical with all of your words.
And they're so fun because you get so many stories in one book, and like,
yeah,
I find it's just so quick to read because there's always something new happening, and if like one drags, it's only one story, and then the next one might be better.
Yeah.
Like I just fly through them. Yeah, I really like them.
And also I like that like because they're short, like I feel like writers feel more able to like experiment and like pursue ideas that like maybe wouldn't be suitable for a full novel, but like they can like really like play with like really interesting ideas in like the short fiction format.
Yeah, I'll definitely have to get into them more. You should do a video recommending some.
I will, because I do have some favorite collections, although a lot of them are horror collections, because I do really love horror short stories.
I'll have to skip those because I'm a baby, but I'm sure there'll be a few that I can handle.
Yes.
I read like another 20 pages, so I got like 70 pages in, which is not bad. I don't know anything about Shakespeare, so all of the Shakespeare scenes I don't understand really. Is that like pivotal or not really?
I don't. It's hard to say. I don't think it's pivotal to understand the story. I think it like knowing Shakespeare like adds an extra layer.
Yeah.
Because it is like so woven throughout, but I don't think that it's essential for like actually following and enjoying the story.
Yeah, because like when they got the parts for one of the plays, I was like, I don't know who any of these characters are, but then it said like the power dynamic had shifted, so I was like, okay, so like people who were expected to get good parts didn't. So I was happy they added that because otherwise I wouldn't have got it.
Yeah, I feel like it kind of does end up like sort of like telling you like the most important things you need to know about the play and like the characters and like why it's significant that the roles have changed and stuff like that.
Yeah, I wish I knew stuff about Shakespeare, but I don't. I've only read Romeo and Juliet at school. I'm uncultured. Alrighty, well, that was probably going to be the last sprint, so we'll just go through the comments. I'm tired. I need to hop into bed, I think. Normally I wouldn't be, but I'm still just drowsy. I'm trying to find where I was up to. Yeah. Normally I could sprint to like 12 or something ridiculous. Alright. Where did we get up to? Yeah, I think. I read Prince of Thorns and I wasn't too impressed. I don't think I'll ever read that because that's pretty dark. I don't think grimdark's really my thing. But I liked the one with the assassin nuns. That one was cool. Chromebook lol, set in London. Nice. I've put Gone with the Wind on hold for the time being. That's fair. Isn't that a really long book? Like huge? I'm not
I feel
sure.
like there was a copy on my mom's shelves when I was growing up, and I remember it being a chonker.
Yeah, big chunk. Yeah. I had a break for a week, Tracy. Nice. Just added The Girl in the Ice to my one to read. Oh, cool. Nice. I finished Solid Green. Yay, you finished it. 4 stars, and it made me cry happy tears near the end. That's so wholesome.
It's a sweet one.
Yeah, I need to get to that. I have to find the audio, I reckon.
I
Oh,
did it on audio and I liked it a lot on
yeah.
audio.
Oh, that's so sweet. I love that everyone loves it. 32 pages, nice. 20. That was the same as me. Got it to page 59 and cooked some scone toast for dinner. Scone toast? What's scone toast?
Oh, it's like a limited edition. I can't remember what brand it is, but I got some of that from the shops as well, and I didn't really like it.
So what is it? Scone toast.
It's like meant to be sort of like scone inspired toast loaf or like bread loaf. You can eat it like plain or toasted. I tried both. I found that it was weird because it was like too sweet for regular bread, but too bready for a scone. So,
Yeah. Is it just at like the supermarket?
yeah. It's just like a prepackaged one.
And limited edition. So
Yeah.
I have to get
I
in
think
on that.
so.
Even though I probably won't like it either. I'm
It
not
was
even a huge
interesting.
scone fan. Yeah. Whenever something's limited edition, I'm like, I've got to try it. Even if I
me too.
don't think I like it, I'm like, but it's not going to be here forever.
Yeah. I know.
So stupid. I got up to chapter 5 and started the Dragon's Bride, and I'm already laughing just from the tags.
Yeah. That has good
Nice.
tags in the front.
Nice.
I
I don't
haven't read
think
it
I'll
yet,
ever
but I have
read
read the
that one.
tags.
I'm not sure. I don't know if I'll ever read that, but I'm excited to hear you scream about it. You read it, didn't you, Erin?
I haven't read it yet.
I haven't read it. Okay. Interesting to see what you think.
I would have read it this month, except I need a lot of audiobooks this month and it doesn't have an audiobook. So.
Yeah, moving house makes sense.
Yeah.
Another 5% in. Just about to get steamy. Oh, sorry. Cock blocked you. 45 pages. I'm liking Danny and Zach together, but not sure about them separately. Ooh. Interesting. I often feel that way with romance books. I'm like, they're actually shit characters, but their chemistry, good. I've been for the road. I don't think I really mentioned, but Lola, I'm very hungover. I'm hiding it well. I've been sick today, done a bit of vomiting. I just haven't been very well. Sorry, Paige, I know you hate that. I shouldn't have said that. I haven't had a good day though. Yeah, I think I need to go to bed. I drank too much yesterday. To be fair, I like never drink though, so I have to go hard when I drink. 10% progress, nice. So 1,200 pages, yeah.
Too many pages.
That is long.
It's too many.
What the longest book I've ever read is. It's probably one of the Game of Thrones books. I reckon. Or A Little Life. That was also really long.
Was quite long. Too long, in my opinion.
Yeah. I think the font in that one was quite large from memory, but I know the Game of Thrones books, the font is tiny and it's those thin pages. And those are also too long. Well, I was close. Tried across bun toast. Failed advertising. Just tasted like toast. Wouldn't that just be like raisin toast? Because raisin toast is a thing.
Yeah, but like raisin toast has fruit in it and like cinnamon and stuff. The scone toast is just kind of like somewhat sweeter bread.
Yeah. I love raisin toast. I like it with butter and jam. Yeah. I'm sure the Dragon's Bride so bad. Get onto it. He's got 3 eggplants, according to Paige. Who doesn't want that? Go home is my motto. I drink like once a year and regret it because of how hard I go. Yeah. I normally don't get sick. I actually think I tried some new drinks and I think one didn't like agree with me or the mixing of the two. Because normally I'm fine. I'm one of those annoying people that's just fine in the morning. But I haven't felt very well. My stomach's not happy. The biggest book I've read this year is The Fiery Cross, and it was way too long. Yeah. Those books are ridiculous. This year's The Stand. Yep, so many of you guys did that together.
Not me.
No, I don't think Stephen King's for me. I mean, I don't read horror, so I read The Green Mile this year, and I think I'm good now. I might read Carrie. And he wrote Shawshank Redemption and Stand By Me, didn't he? They're short stories?
Yes.
Yeah.
They're novellas actually, and Stand By Me, the novella is actually called The Body. It's in a bind up of 4 novellas, that actually has both Rita Hayworth and the Shawshank Redemption and The Body in it, and then also 2 very bad novellas.
Okay, I might read those 2. Skip the others.
One of which is called Apt Pupil and is kind of like a teenage boy and a Nazi love story. And the other one is The Breathing Method and is the only one of the 4 that hasn't been made into a movie. So
the Nazi teenage boy love story has been made into a movie?
Yeah.
Oh my god. I sometimes question the world we live in, really. Oh god.
It's like it's I like, to be clear, I haven't read it. I'm coming just with like the deep dive they did on the Just King Things podcast, which I recently re-listened to because I'm re-listening to it all with Adrian
Nice.
at the moment.
That is wild. Butter and jam, really, I go for either one. The other, nice. There's crazy differences in food in different places. Hot cross buns here are slightly sticky with cinnamon and raisins. I also don't think scones toasted. Where are you, Jade? You're not in Australia? Because a lot of us are Australian here. Maybe because so far is House of... Oh, yeah, her books are actually quite long. Do any of them get to 1,000 though? I don't think so. They are way too long. Oh my god.
According to my Goodreads, House of Earth and Blood is the second longest book that I have read.
Ever or this year?
Ever. I read it November last year.
How long is it?
According to Goodreads, 807 pages.
Oh.
But I don't know if that's correct because I listened to the audiobook.
Yeah. Harry's
and the longest I have read is one that I actually physically own and want to reread because I'm insane, and it's The Ruins of Umbrai, which is book 1 in the Exiles trilogy that the 3rd book hasn't ever been published and probably won't be published, but loved that series as a teenager.
I haven't
Very
heard of
attached to the characters. Yeah, it's not... I feel like I'm the only person I've ever heard talking about it.
You'll have to do a video just talking about all these like unknown books that are hidden gems.
Yeah.
My first horror book I read when I was young. It's not super scary, right? It's more like a psychological horror, right?
I mean, a lot of people die. But
isn't it like a revenge story?
Yeah.
So I'll probably be like really toxic and like they deserve it.
Kind of seems like
terrible.
They do deserve it.
Yeah, I might not mind that one.
Yeah. It kind of like the impression I've gotten is a lot of Stephen King's earlier stuff kind of seems stronger, not the Bachman stuff, not the stuff that he wrote under the Richard Bachman pen name, but like his early Stephen King stuff. A lot of it seems more edited.
Yeah. That was his debut, wasn't it, Carrie?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And it almost didn't come to be. Tabitha, his wife, actually had to like sort of like pull it out and be like, I think you've got something here.
Didn't
Tabitha
you say
King, who is...
you like her books better?
I actually haven't read any of hers, but I'm really interested to read some of hers. I think she like she's an interesting like character in the like when you're like tracking the sort of like story of Stephen King's career. And also I know that like I've read a Michael McDowell, and I know that like his final book that he wasn't able to finish before he passed away from complications with AIDS. His family actually got Tabitha King to finish it.
Oh,
So I'm like
wow.
interested in that connection.
Yeah. There you go. You'll have to let us know. I'm in the UK. Yeah. Kingdom of Ash was released. Ugh. Didn't like that book. Last book in Throne of Glass series, over 900 pages. Wow, I didn't think it was that long. I'm looking at it, my shelves, it's very big. My longest is one of those Outlander books. Yeah. Meredith, you should do a read along for Carrie, and at the end, the streaming party when we watch a movie. Someone else should probably host it. I feel like I don't know if I'd be able to read it because it is horror. I could handle The Green Mile, but there's a scene in that has horrified me, and I kind of regret reading it. I was just like, but like not scary, just like unsettling, I guess.
Yeah.
When I read Salem Slow, I really enjoyed it. Yeah, never thought on one of my like reading sprints we'd talk about Stephen King, but here we are. His early stuff is better. But yeah, well, that's the end of the comments, so we might end it there because I need to go to bed. But thank you for joining, Erin. It was really nice having
Thanks for having
here.
me. This will
her
possibly
channel...
be my last sprint in this house.
Oh wow, I'm so honoured. But yeah, Erin's channel is linked down below. So go again. I feel like you all probably know her, but in case you unsubscribe, yes, she does have a channel. Thanks for joining. Thank you. 3 books, big books on the go all the time. Middlemarch and Pickwick Papers.
That's too many big books.
Yeah, I don't know. I often find big books don't need to be as big as they are, but that's just me.
There are some even just like normal length books that I think you could lose like 20%.
That's very fair. Yes. Thanks, guys. Thank you for coming. Thank you. Thanks, guys. Yay. Awesome. Okay, well, thanks, everyone. I'm planning to do some sprints next week, but I don't know when because I'm super unorganized. But they will be happening at some point. But yeah, thank you, and we'll see you guys next time.
Bye.
Bye.